In this video, I'll be making a design for my Instagram and I'll be taking you on the journey with me. Let's go. So before we get started, if you're looking for more tips, tricks, hacks, tutorials, and other design inspiration videos, then make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified every time that I post a new video. This is episode 5 of Photoshop Therapy, and what I do in this series is I create a video making something for my Instagram, and you come along with me and just see how I do it. Now there's no speeding up, there's no time lapse, there's no editing, but what you do get to see is how I create things, my process, and hopefully you may learn something along the way. So we're going to get started and jump straight into Photoshop. So this week's theme is called Thoughts Become Things, and we're just going to try and create something around that topic. So let's go. So I've got my 3840 by 4800 artboard here, and I always start by just putting the text in and then going from there. So let's get our text tool set up. Make that black. Okay, thoughts become things. There we go. Okay, so I've downloaded a few photos from Unsplash, and there's some concepts in there I might work with, but we're just going to try a few things out. So I kind of like this font already. It's not fully decided, but we'll see where that goes. So we're going to leave it as is for now. Now there's one photo that I really liked, and it's kind of got this like 1970s vibe, something like this. I thought this was pretty cool. So I'm going to try and work within this kind of concept, this kind of art style. There was another photo as well. I'll have to check my downloads for that. Let's see. I did have it, so we'll work with this one for now and see if I can find it later on. Maybe I've saved it on Unsplash. Okay, so we need to make the font brighter, obviously. And already, I kind of like where this is going. So let's just try going down the whole like retro 70s like avenue, and we'll have a little look and see what we can create. So let me think about some fonts from that era. Let's go for a black, quite a black, thick font like this. Just try this out first. So, and then we'll make sure that's centered like that. And then we'll reduce the spacing as well because it's a little too big of a gap. Okay, that will do. Okay, so I like that font. That font's called New Haas Grotesque Display Pro 95 Black, the world's longest name for a font. But it's a pretty cool font. It's kind of got that like Helvetica, but a little bit more edgy, if that makes sense. So definitely check that out. It's on Adobe Fonts. Okay, so things, I feel like I can do something with the text with things. Like that's a good place to start trying some new fonts. So let's take that. And then I always start with lowercase just to see how it looks, because a lot of fonts work much better lowercase than all uppercase. So we'll just try that and see where that goes. So let's go to our fonts here. Okay, so Beastly, which I think is an Oh No typecode font. That's pretty cool. In fact, let me save that one. Let's try another font. That one's pretty cool as well. All of these fonts are kind of got this retro vibe, which I think could really work with this photo. Ganache is a cool 70s font. I wonder what that would look like if I typed in thoughts. No, those two are not going to work together. try thoughts in this font here. Okay, not entirely sold on that just yet. I really like that font from before, Beastly. It's pretty cool. Also, Blazeface is pretty cool as well. Wonder what I can do with this. Okay, let's try. Okay, I've just had an idea, so we're going to see where that goes. I want to try and make the font thoughts kind of like go round in like a curve. So we'll see how we do that. So we'll take a circle like this, and then we'll add some text, like so. I'll make this bigger. I feel like this could be cool. We just have to work out what font goes with that. So I might try that Hass one we used before and make that 95. Yeah, see, this could be cool. Okay, let's make that a little closer together. So we'll try and find a way to become in between these two things here, because I think this could work as a composition. Just got to work out how become fits in. So let's just try typing it like so, and then I'm going to create and change the font to New Hass Grotesque. I'll just bring the spacing out on that because that's a little too tight. Okay. Do not want to go 3D. That is the worst thing about Photoshop, is when you accidentally hit that button and then the whole world collapses. Let's try. It's just trying to get this to kind of fit in with everything. Making this work. Okay, what if I tried... Okay, what if I tried taking the text that was here, this one here, making that things, and then we're going to try reversing that. I forgot the easy way to do this, so we're going to do this the stupid way, I imagine. Someone will tell me that I did it wrong, but that's okay. And then we go on the inside like so. And then we've got to really space that out. So it's going to be like 100, maybe like 200. So we need to make that circle bigger, don't we? So we're going to click off that. We're going to make that to kind of fit the outside curve like so. Then we're going to type in on the edge, we're going to type in things. And then we're going to take that, and then we're going to bring that inside. Make sure that's centered. Just add a bit of extra space for this guy. I don't like that as much. I prefer it like that. We just got to make that work better. Thoughts become things. So there may be some kind of accent on the edges here. What's 70s? The stars are 70s, maybe like 10 edges, something like this. And then make that match color for now. Something like that. Duplicate that, bring that to that side. Okay, that can be cool. I can see that working pretty well. Just move that so it looks more like it follows the curve. Those guys can be on the same line. I like this. And then things can maybe be like that. And then something needs to fill this gap here. So maybe, I don't know, I feel like an arrow or something could work. Maybe like an arrow going up and an arrow going down. Let's try that. I'm gonna go over to glyphs. I'm gonna go to inter, because I know there's an arrow in that library. Just gotta find it. It's in here somewhere. Inter, there you go. Okay. And then we're going to choose the arrows here. We'll choose that arrow to start. Something like this. And then we'll make that bold. If you're wondering why it keeps going quiet every few seconds, because I keep clearing my throat. So that's the only editing you'll hear in this video, is just me clearing my throat. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if I'm sick, but just have to do that a couple of times. So apologies if you notice a drop in sound. So if I took that arrow there and then move these guys like this to here, and then hit these stars for a second. And so made it more like thoughts become things, and the arrows are pointing to the thing that the thoughts become, if that makes sense. Nah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it could work, but I don't think it works with what we're doing right now. So we're gonna get rid of those. I'm gonna bring these guys back, and then I'll probably just add an extra star just here, just to kind of bring those things together. And then I'm gonna space that out a bit more. And then I feel like something should be underneath, but I haven't worked out what that is yet. Maybe I'm doing this part wrong. Maybe this needs to be more in the center, and then we have like a circle around it. Do that, and then do that. Okay. I see this developing. We do like 30 on, no, 20 on that. Okay. I might shrink that down slightly, not too much, but a little bit like so. And then I think I'm going to reduce the size of these guys as well. They just need to be a little bit smaller. Like that. Okay, and then I wonder if there's now room for a mini star at the top. Let me just make this black for a sec. No, that's better. So let's try moving those two things up slightly. Okay, I'm liking where that's going. I just feel like there should be something underneath things. So maybe something like that. Maybe. Not so sure. I like the way it kind of finishes off it kind of makes it into a shape. But I feel like maybe I can use text to do that instead. So let's take a small piece of text. Let's grab this guy, duplicate that. Bring him down here. And we'll make that in a smaller font, like less bold, I mean. Let's do like Roman, maybe that'll be probably too thin. Try medium, that's better. Okay, so I'll have something like don't believe everything you think. Okay, I definitely like the way that's kind of finished things off, but I might make that 2 lines just to see if that helps. Something like that. And then maybe we'll add we'll just italicize part of this. Maybe this part here, everything. Just add a bit more space between those sections there. Like that. Okay, I like that. So let's group that all together. Like so. Label that text. We'll center that up. Make that a little bigger. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to just convert that to a smart object for now. We can come and change that later on if we want to. So now let's get a photo in the background. So I like this one, but I don't know if it just doesn't, you can't see what is happening in the background. So I'm going to go back to my Unsplash here. Let's take these two, because I like these two. They're from the same photo shoot by the looks of things, so kind of matches the aesthetic. I'll just drag that in. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. I like the aesthetic of the whole thing. So let's make that a bit smaller, like so. Okay, now the next step is I'm just going to try something, and we don't have to stick to this, but I'm going to use Black Market's ink lab here and just see what we can do with that. So it should open like so. There we go. Okay, then launch ink lab. And then select these two. We'll just try with what we've got. Let's bring this down to like 6. We'll just try this and see what happens. So this is going to make it look like it's printed on some kind of old school magazine style thing. Did he do it? Let's try canvas instead. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. I mean, I can play around with the settings, but I actually prefer what we've got right here. And I think it works better with the background. So we're going to put InkLab away for now. And I'm trying not to use it all the time. I think InkLab's really cool, but I'm just trying not to like overuse it just because I got it recently. So we'll just put that to the side for now. So let's do filter, noise, and let's try like 45. It's gonna be pretty noisy, and then I'll go color dodge, which normally does a good job of making it grainy but not too intense. So we'll call that noise. And so let's add some text effects. So let's go double click on text here. We're gonna go inner shadow maybe. Well, let's choose a color first. So we'll just do a color overlay. And this probably isn't the correct way of doing things. Most people probably want me to create a whole you know, like go through and change each individual color, but color overlay works for me. Okay, so I like that kind of like off-white color there. So I'm gonna keep that. And then we're gonna do an inner shadow as well, inner glow, sorry. So an inner glow, we're gonna bring the size of that down. So we do that, and then we're gonna make that a little bit more orange to match the aesthetics. I think we'll try that. I don't really like that. It doesn't separate itself from the background enough. So let's save it with just a color overlay. Then we'll duplicate, and then we'll go to blur, Gaussian blur, and we'll do it for like 10. And then we'll make that dissolve and bring that up to like 20%. Okay, I don't think that's dissolved enough. Let's do 50% instead. Don't actually want that there anymore. Let's try just doing a minimum and thickening things up a bit. See what that does. Let's do 2. Okay, I like that. And then maybe we'll just do a slight outer glow and then see what options we can do in the filters with that. Normally you need like a little bit of a glow or something just to help those filters along. So we'll do something like that. We'll make sure the color is, let me get rid of the noise first. There we go. Okay, then we go to outer glow. And we'll make sure that matches in color. Okay, so now we've done that, let's go to filter, filter gallery. Is there anything in here that could work for us? I don't think so. I think how it is right now seems to be pretty good. So now it's just going to be about kind of adjusting the image to get where we want it to be. So let's move away from color dodge and let's try linear dodge add with the noise. And I want to reduce some of the noise so that it doesn't. And I want to reduce some of the noise so it doesn't get too intense. Bring that down to like 70. Just try some adjustments here. I think that color is good actually. I like that. So I'm just going to try adjusting some of the exposure just to make sure the text comes through okay. And then I might just duplicate this again, turn this one to color dodge, but then bring down the opacity to quite a low one, just to help create a bit more contrast in the image. Call that noise 2. Okay, then I'm going to go to my effects over here, photocopy textures. We'll try some photocopy textures and see what that does. A little too intense, I think, so get rid of those. And instead, we're going to add film dust. And I normally go just number 18, that's my classic. Like that. And then something like this. Linear dodge, see how that comes out. Okay, got a little bit of dust in there. I might just space out things a bit more. I feel like it's not properly spaced out. So let's try that. So in order to do that, we're going to need to take that text and make that, let's just try 0. I think it just gives us a little extra breathing room. Okay, tick that, canvas, we'll just center that up slightly. Okay, save, save. I think that G is the thing that carries that font. That G is just a work of art, really. Save. And then we're going to save again. Smart Object Inception. And then now we should be able to just drop this down a little. Oh no, no, it's going to stay in the same place. Okay, I'm happy with that being more spaced out. Just looks a bit better. Sorry, my laptop is so slow today. I have no clue. This is like, don't know what it's doing. It might be too hot. I'm not sure. I mean, it's like 36 degrees here Celsius, so it could just be overheating. But it's not a slow laptop, so maybe I'm just overdoing it. Okay, so I think we're looking pretty good. I'm just going to adjust a couple of other things and just see how that looks. The thing I'm going to do is just try some different offset settings, just to try and bring everything together. Yeah, definitely not going to go that far. And then maybe try some gamma correction and see what that does. I think we can leave those both on 0 actually. I think that's done a pretty good job. The next thing to check is just the hue and saturation. So I'm going to do a different change in hue. No. And again, it was good where it was, I think. So then just try a little bit more noise here. Might just max that to 100. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. That's just a cool, it could be on a t-shirt, it could be on a graphic, I kind of like it. Thoughts become things, and yeah, that was a pretty simple graphic, but cool, a few things I enjoyed making there, trying new things. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me know what you think about this design in the comments, and I'll be reading through your feedback and maybe implementing some of that in my next design. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you leave a like. It really does go a long way to helping this channel, and consider subscribing for plenty more videos like this to come. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.